Alright, this is the dual blade video or guide. I don't know if you can call it a guide, but this is just how I play dual blade. And I'm not saying like this is the right way, but I mean a lot of people ask me how to do a lot of things on dual blade and what's this and that. So I figured I'd make a video so people stop asking me all these goddamn questions. First things first, open the skill tree. You want to be in shifting blades. You see this lotus shit, you just take that shit off, throw that shit in the trash. You don't want to play lotus shit. It's terrible, horrible. The only time you probably want to play lotus is just like shifting blades is just too hard for you. But lotus is pretty bad compared to shifting blades. But anyways, so the talents you want to use, it would be Storm and Fury. What this talent basically does is it gives you shit. I don't even remember what this shit do, honestly. Basically what this talent does is it gives you more DPS for your V R&B skills and your C R&B L&B skills. So like when you press your C iframe and you press R&B L&B, basically makes it do more damage. Then the double cross, what this does is it basically just enhances R&B, L&B at the CI frame. But the main thing is it changes your V, R&B, and light blue stance to infinite days. And it also allows you to use your knee strike, which is your Z, your stun, makes you be able to use that twice. So you can double stun in infinite days. So nice CCs to have. And for the third talent, Sharper, Better, Faster, Stronger is primarily what you want to focus on using. Because what this does is every time you're doing your VRB rotation in dark blue and light blue stance, it gives you a 4% attack power buff for 8 seconds and it stacks 3 times. So if you're doing your sustained rotation VRB, you will pretty much have a 12% attack buff on like permanently, which is it's a lot of attack. But if you're new to dual blade, you can use sacrifices were made because pretty much what this does is basically gives you CC resistance or resist status effects when you do your VRB in dark blue and light blue stance, primarily for the light blue stance because you can just VRB and light blue stance without being CC'd, whereas this one you can still be CC'd. But the dark blue stance, when you press VRB, you're resist to stun days and is it stun days? Yeah, just stun days and knockback. But yeah, I would try to use this one, but if you're new to dual blade, you can use this one. Oh, it also gives you a defense or resist status effects when you use your drive strike, so it kind of can like help you a little bit when you're doing your like main splinter mode burst rotation. But yeah, what was I doing? Oh yeah, no shortcutter. You need this because at least in the current, I don't know if this would change once we get the patch for dual blade, because right now we're still on like the old patch for dual blade. But shortcutter, this basically makes your drive strike come out instantly, so you don't have to get the haste buff and press E or Q or C LB or C LB or R&B to get the haste buff, so your forward comes out instantly. So your forward will come out instantly no matter what with this, but it's on a 16-second cooldown. Then after forward, then you can use decimator. And for the last talent, you want Death Wish because yeah, this shit is OP in PvE. This will give you all your goddamn damage. Alright, now that's the talents and stuff. Oh, I guess for your skill points, you primarily want to put in points in Decimator, Awaken Decimator, and Drive Strike or Awaken Drive Strike. I will normally take points out of Drive Strike or Awaken Drive Strike, depending on if I have a Soul Burn or not. But I'd always have points in Decimator and Awaken Decimator because these are like your strongest, just your main DPS skills, other than Drive Strike. Now, for the rotation, pretty much what you want to do after you have those talents and everything set up. Oh, well, I guess before you get the talents, you gotta have this Soul Badge. So the Soul Badge, yeah. Soul Badge, if you don't have the Fuse Badge, what you want to try and get is the Resurgent Soul Badge, because the Resurgent Soul Badge gives you the important skill, or it gives you this incarnate effect, which is the resurgence bags, and it basically increases or enhances decimator and allows you to use double decimator, which is like OP as fuck. So you want to get the either this fuse badge or just the resurgence one until you can get the fuse badge or the black moon badge. Pretty much you want to use your tab, and then whenever you tab, after you press your drive strike, which is 4, you can use decimator twice in the second decimator. After the first one is a double decimator, which basically allows you to do your maximum damage. And then the mystic badge is pretty easy. The mystic badge, so a lot of times people who play dual blade, you gotta remember to proc your mystic badge by switching stances. And you proc your mystic badges by either switching stances with LNB, RNB, or E, Q, and SS. Also proc your mystic badge because that makes you switch stances. So remember to always proc your mystic badge so you get that damage, because there was a lot of time when I first started playing and I forgot to proc my mystic badge, and yeah, missing out on a lot of damage. And the future update, your mystic badge will proc on drive strike, but we don't have that yet. But now I think I said enough. I'll just get into the rotation. So pretty much your main, like your burst rotation will be, is you will start by stacking up your AP buff 3 times. So you BRB 3 times, and after that you get the, the buff right here. Stacks up the 3 times. Do it again. And I get 3 by 3 buffs. I proc my talisman. I press tab. Then I press 1C to go in splinter mode. Then I press LNB, because this skill called Splinter Strike. That skill does a lot of damage and is like your opener. So like you see this one skill did 156 million damage. I mean, obviously it's not gonna have everybody if you don't have like a lot of gear, but regardless of what your gear is, you just want to start off with that, and then after that, as you go through the boss, you just E or Q right behind the target. Pretty much the whole burst rotation. So I mean, I'll show it again one more time. That's pretty much the whole burst rotation. Then I normally proc double decimator as my first, I'll do 4 FF. Like I don't see what's the reason of holding the double decimator to the end, but I know some people hold their decimators for the chakra stacks, but I really don't see the purpose of that. It seems like a DPS loss, but that's just me. But I mean, once you do pretty much the burst rotation, after that your main sustained DPS would just be V, R&B, and dark blue R&B. And whenever your skills are either resetting or cooling down, like if you're 4, you drive to reset, you pull in your tab. I just kind of throw that out there. But if I have my tab and my 4F, which is about to reset right now, I'll make sure I switch stances. Now I press tab, press tab. It enhances your drive strike, your decimator, and also gives me double decimator, so I can use my decimator twice instead of once. Then also during your sustain, you just kind of want to press your C iframe into R&B, because that does do a decent amount of damage whenever it's off cooldown. It does have a kind of long cooldown, like 20 something seconds, so kind of want to use that when it's off cooldown. Just kind of helps your sustain DPS. But other than that, that's pretty much the whole rotation for dual blade. It's really not hard. The hardest thing about playing this class is just surviving and avoiding all the attacks while you're in splinter mode, because you have 30% HP. So I just do a quick little DPS rotation for about a minute or so, and yeah, that'll probably be the end of the video. Then I guess one other thing I forgot to mention before I end the video is when you do go in Splinter mode, the tab skill called Oblivion, you don't ever really want to use this skill unless either I guess if you're parsing or if you're playing in the Aerodrome Mythical Dungeon, because other than that, it doesn't do anything. But it basically fills up the breaker bar. It gives you an attack power buff whenever you're attacking in the Mythical Dungeon. And then, I guess I forgot to mention, yeah, when you press 1B, that will heal you and also exit Splinter mode. I mean, other than that, that's pretty much how you play Shifting Blades. It's really not complicated, and yeah, that's it. Peace.